We are coming to you live from the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss the road to mind control on TM Radio. Joining Targeted Massachusetts is free. Just go to targetedmassachusetts.org. And at the top of the page, go to Join TM. Please complete the easy registration form. By joining, you receive our newsletter, text updates, and the latest developments in our situation. Donate to Targeted Massachusetts and help us to continue our activism. We are a legal organization in the state of Massachusetts. If you have any questions, call me anytime in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334. Call into the show live and ask a question at 800-313-9443 or listen at 605-313-0163. I'd like to speak of a really stellar organization called Targeted Justice. It's the first stop for a targeted individual. If you'd like to join, go to targetedjustice.com. Go to the upper left-hand corner of the screen, hover over where it says Home, and you'll see Meet the Team and Become a Member. Click or tick on that, and you will be on your way. TargetedJustice.com. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Access by phone 515-604-9715. Access code 708922. ID Targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type freeconferencecall.com/wall/targeted. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. We have a chat associated with this show at targetedmass.chatango.com. Tonight, we are discussing, as I mentioned, the road to mind control. Since the turn of the century, the U.S. and overall the European Union have invested billions and billions of dollars and euros into brain research. This is something that is not new to a targeted individual. We see it all the time. Oh, I just got a news flash. We have the coronavirus in a quarantine happening in San Francisco, I think. I just lost it out of my ear here. So if something's going on with the coronavirus, I suggest you get on your computer and go to the CDC or the World Health Organization and find out. Text me if you will, so I'll know. Okay, resulting from this research, perfect maps of the brain were developed, including the areas of the brain that control the activity of different bodily organs. Okay, last night we got into fMRI, which is a way, it's called functional MRI. It's a way for them to actually see your thoughts, see your emotions. And this is what led to it. Because any individual can be scanned by this machine, and the corresponding areas that have been previously mapped work on everybody. Another example are children's games that have been developed so that a child can put on a headset and control a game with his mind. How dangerous is that? I still call that pre-entrainment. The child is being taught that it is perfectly acceptable for him to communicate with his brain something or an entity on the outside and take in patterns from this device or other devices. Thanks to the knowledge of specific locations of different centers in the brain and the frequencies of the neuronal activity in them, teams of physicians are now capable of helping many people who were in the past, for different reasons, unable to participate in a normal life. Now, as I mentioned last evening, there are good and bad points to this. Anything good can be turned into something very bad, and in this case, very deadly. There exist prostheses which are controlled directly from the brain. The same areas that would normally control the movement of the limbs. This enables people who lost the limb to use the prosthesis in a way similar to the way normal people use their limbs. I can't express the mad race to be able to control the human race that ensues right now. Companies fight to be number one in the area of mind control. They did produce brain activities as well, higher brain activities. In 2006, scientists placed into the brain of a completely paralyzed man an implant, which transferred the activity of his brain into different devices and enabled him to open his email, control his TV set, and control his robotic arm. Other paralyzed people were able to search the internet, play computer games, drive their electrical wheelchairs. This is again something that I had mentioned last evening. But this is in itself a very wonderful creation. Unfortunately, it's creations like this that lead to things like Iraq. They had control over 20% of the population. And I believe it's 1991. Thanks to extensive brain research, computers were taught to understand the neuronal activity so much so that they are now capable of using the activity of our brains to reproduce our perceptions. Canadian scientists demonstrated an experiment where the computer could interpret recordings from the brain to produce the painting of a face that the subject of experiment was perceiving. So they've come a long way teaching computers. Unfortunately, one day, the computers will be riding herd on us and keeping us in line, and like China, punishing. They have come to the conclusion that this is the only way they can handle the vast populations that have been predicted for this planet. In the opposite way, the data processed by the computer in the way that will make them intelligible for the nervous system can be transmitted into the brain and produce there a new reality. When an implant is placed in the brain and connected to a camera placed on spectacles, for people whose photoreceptors in their retina stop working, the sight is at least partially restored. And we are unable to get up to date information from people like DARPA, from universities like the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So we, at this point in time, don't know exactly what they can do. Targets do. Since my targeting started in October of 2011, their capabilities have increased tenfold with every step of technology. They are updated. Perhaps on a continual basis, just as your Windows programs are updated. California scientists developed a device which can register the brain waves, and using analysis, find among them constants, such as consonants and vowels, and in this way transform our thoughts into words. But that's old news. A paralyzed man could use this device to write without using a keyboard. Presently, the accuracy of the device reaches 90% plus. The scientists believe that within 5 years, they will manage to develop a smartphone to which their device could be connected. Just like in the case of visual perception, it is possible, when knowing the algorithms of brain processing of words, to generate algorithms of different words in the computer and transmit them into the brain in ultrasound frequencies, and in this way produce in the human brain particular thoughts. Subliminals are something that targets with R&M, V2K, get all the time. But I'd like to choose to separate the two. Voice to skull is just that, voice to skull. Remote neural monitoring is the umbrella that covers these subliminals and the V2K and the subsequent attacks that we receive. Okay, we are coming up on commercial here very shortly, I think. But I'd just like to say one of the symptoms that I get, and I'm going to list them all tonight, is like an electrical spark all around my head. Okay, folks, we are going to commercial. I will be back in 3 minutes. Thanks for listening.
Don't believe the church and state and everything they tell you. Believe in me, I'm with the high command. Can you hear me?
Folks, we're living in a world the likes of which we've never perceived any clearer than we do now. The plan for global governance has been in the works for generations and would have likely been achieved by now but for the fact that the globalists left open their Achilles heel. With all their tools, Federal Reserve System, fiat currency, no child left behind, and then Common Core education introduced to our schools to dumb us down, vaccines, pharmaceuticals to lobotomize us, GMO foods, insertion of compromised or bought and paid for politicians, judges, mainstream media propaganda, all pieced together like a puzzle designed to ultimately bring the world under submission. But with all their strategy, they forgot one thing: knowledge. And knowledge is power. With knowledge, their bombardment is nullified. Folks, with that, as brilliant and knowledgeable as you've become, among the wisest audience of any radio audience in the world, and you are, I want you to take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how much of that knowledge did I obtain from Republic Broadcasting Network? How high has my consciousness been raised since I've been a listener? How fast am I now able to discriminate truth from fake news by being a Republic Broadcasting listener? How clear am I now able to see the world since I've been listening to RBN? Ask yourselves those questions, folks. Then ask yourself, what is that knowledge worth to me? Like my morning coffee, how would I survive without it? A voice of truth in a sea of lies. Do we not all need to make sure it survives? Like public broadcasting, we are now finding we can only survive with listener support. Censorship, advertisers being attacked, truth itself being attacked. It's the only way through this. We at Republic Broadcasting humbly ask you to become a supporter. Look at your budget and make a determination of what Republic Broadcasting is worth to you and what you can afford on a monthly basis. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and pledge 20, 30, 40, 50, if possible, 100 a month or more if it's affordable. Click the donate button and become a regular monthly donor. Assure both us and yourself that Republic Broadcasting truth will continue to flow like that morning coffee. The network thanks you.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
When your doctor tells you you have bad cholesterol or blockages in the arteries, what do? When diet and exercise is not enough, we try medications and hope for the best. For the last 2 decades, I have been telling people about a natural method to help solve these problems and more. Extendovite can help maintain cardiovascular health and lower blood lipid levels in adults. The 7 herbs in Extendovite are known to work together synergistically to get the results we hope for. There are many testimonials on Extendovite's effect on circulatory-related ailments. Get Extendovite today to start your journey back to a healthier life. To order, call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com or see us on amazon.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite. Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running? Calling you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running?
Good evening, Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss the road to mind control. You can call into the show live and ask a question at 800-313-9443. Or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Now, last evening, we spoke of fMRI, or functional MRI. This device is able to see your emotions, to see your thoughts, to process your feelings, to process your sexual attributes. So, with this system in place, there is not a place on earth that is safe for you to go. We have a gentleman by the name of Brian Tew. He flies all over the world. Ecuador, Poland. I believe he's been to Russia. He can't get away from it. No one can. I've driven from state to state at 70 to 80 miles an hour in the middle of the night with no cars in sight, in front of me or behind me. And the V2K was still there. When I finally turned around, they hospitalized me in Maryland. Or actually, it was Pennsylvania. But the extent or the reach of this technology is incredible. If you ever told me 10 years ago that I would be fighting an unseen enemy, I would say, well, that's fine. He won't be unseen for too long. But these things that operate this technology, I call them operators, perps. They won't have long to wait before they end up in jail. Technology is exposing them. Their own technology. It's coming out in commercial devices. It's surfacing in the news. It's surfacing everywhere. And we have people like myself all over the world spreading the word. We have people from Targeted Justice that walk right up to the lion's mouth and dare him to bite. It's very easy to sit down and get used to the idea of thinking all the time and just sit in your chair and get very fat and think your vacuum cleaner to vacuum clean the house. You know, just think, oh, I'd like toast, and it'll pop up and be delivered in a couple of minutes. But that's it. It's just getting out of control. It's letting the machine into people's heads. Unfortunately, the people who research and develop all of these devices are so enthralled with the idea of trying to control another human being. Okay, folks, we have to go to station identification. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank you for listening.
You are tuned in to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Visit our website by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
How would you like to earn an extra $10,000 or more a month from the comfort of your home? We show you how to win with a home-based business opportunity. This could be one of the best financial decisions you ever make. Work from home, full-time or part-time. Plus, you'll never have to talk to anyone. Our professional sales team closes all your sales for you, and you keep 70% of all the sales made. You could be earning money while you're sleeping, shopping, working out, wherever you are, day or night. Our system goes to work for you. You can make a great income without any special computer skills or sales training. Plus, you get paid fast, within just 24 to 48 hours after our professional sales team closes a sale for you. Let us help you eliminate your financial concerns. You could be earning enough money to pay off debt, buy a house, a car, or whatever the case may be. We've got you covered. If you'd like to add an extra $10,000 or more a month to your portfolio, and you would like to know exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it, go now to www.getstartedwithus.com. That's www.getstartedwithus.com. Again, that's www.getstartedwithus.com.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey, honey, I'm home. I grabbed the newspaper on the way home. Look at all the news today.
The newspaper? Don't you know that all you're going to get in the newspaper is propaganda, twisted news, and false information?
Honey, this is a national newspaper. It has to be true.
Ha! For some reason, a majority of the population believe anything the mainstream media tells them. The newspaper does not give out the important attention on what's happening to this country and news that affects our daily lives. Say, does that newspaper mention anything about the North American Union?
No, not that I can see.
I didn't think so. You need to go to www.newswithviews.com, where truth is more important than political correctness. That's www.newswithviews.com. Hey, don't throw that away. We can use that in the birdcage.
Okay, move over. Let me start reading newswithviews.com.
The truth? Read all about it at newswithviews.com. Newswithviews.com, where reality shatters illusion.
We are coming to you live from the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight we discuss the road to mind control on the Republic Broadcasting Network. I just wanted to bring up that update. It says the United States quarantine hubs. San Francisco activates coronavirus centers. Okay, so this is something you should probably get on your computer and just put in your search bar CDC or Centers for Disease Control and find out more about it. We have been discussing last evening fMRI, which is a device used to retrace, if you will, your thoughts, your emotions, fantasies, you name it, they can do it. I believe their goal is to have everyone's information on disk in a gigantic, powerful computer, which would be called the hive mind. And this is what would control what goes on the planet Earth. So if we don't start listening up pretty soon and doing something about it, we're going to be in serious trouble. Targets are already in serious trouble. And Apple and Samsung have already developed prototypes of necessary equipment which can be placed on top of a person's head and transmit electromagnetic waves produced by the brain into the prototypes of new smartphones. So you have a smartphone that's already frying your brain off, and now you add to it transmitting your own brain waves to this device. The smartphones analyze those waves, find out what the intentions of the owners are, and carry them out. So you could find yourself in the middle of a conversation with the White House. You know, you have random thoughts. Apple and Samsung expect that the direct connection with brains will gradually replace computer keyboards, touch screens, mouse, and voice orders. When the system is complete, it will be feasible for hackers, government agencies, and foreign government agencies to implant thoughts and emotions in people's minds and hearts when they will be connected to the internet or cell phone systems. It seems like the more radio signals that we have, the deeper in the trenches we go. So you are going to be able to sit at your computer, like you are right now probably, and receive activity from a foreign power. Now, since every bit of information that I grab is already old to a certain extent, that tells me that they're already doing this. And I don't really have to guess because it's done to me. Not the phone, not Apple or Samsung, but the government agencies. In 2013, scientists in the USA could infer from the brain activity the political views of people and distinguish Democrats from Republicans. And in 2016, scientists used transcranial magnetic stimulation to make subjects of experiment more positive towards criticism to their country than the participants whose brains were unaffected. But there is a law in the heavens above and in the hearts of men that know that this is wrong. The skull, once again, should be the boundary for this type of research. At all costs, it should be kept out and away from the public. If you help 100 people and take down a civilization, what did you do? And who did you actually help? No one. So, as I've said in the past, it takes numbers to make things happen. We don't have enough showing up in Washington yet. We need literally thousands of us to show up in Washington. Not hundreds, thousands. Numbers make governments start to take a look and figure out that they better come up with a bloody explanation damn fast. Last year, historian Yuval Noah Harari was invited to deliver a speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos. The editor of the British daily Financial Times stressed when introducing him that it is not usual to invite an historian to speak to most important world economists and politicians. Harari warned in his speech against the rise of new totality based on the access to human brains. So we have historians. We have 20,000 scientists who have already spoken up against this type of technology and against the fifth generation of cell phone usage. But no one listens. No one listens to anyone, but they're starting to. This whole thing is going to come to a grinding halt. In terms of 5G, we've just got it kicked out of an area. Once algorithms have been written that can understand you better than you understand yourself, they could predict my desires, manipulate my feelings, and even make decisions on my behalf. And if we are not careful, the outcome can be the rise of a digital dictatorship. In the 21st century, we may be enslaved under such a situation. And there is always the hive mind itself. Now, in the beginning of this broadcast, I said that they have spent billions and billions and billions of dollars in Europe and in the U.S., but they have spent billions and billions and billions of dollars just in the U.S. This has got to stop, people. The boundary is the skull. And I keep stressing this, and I'll stress it until people understand. Don't go out and buy that new toy for your child that lets him control his games with his mind, because that paves the way for entrainment. In a similar way, the Stanford University researcher in neurology and Dolby Labs, chief scientist Poppy Crum, warned at the conference in Las Vegas, your devices will know more about you than you will. I believe we need to think about this and how this data could be used against us. There are too many people making too much money off of these devices. If something comes to light and it's put in a paper by MIT, that means it's been out for at least 10 to 15 to 20 years. We are miles behind the technology. The legal system is miles behind the technology. In order to prosecute properly, an attorney must know the issues inside and out. It will take months and months, 6 months to a year or more, until this attorney understands what is going on. In April 2017, neuroethicist at the University of Basel, Marcelo Ienca, and Roberto Adorno, a human rights lawyer at the University of Zurich, writing in the Journal of Life Sciences, Society and Policy, published the article, Toward New Human Rights in the Age of Neuroscience and Neurotechnology, where they called for the creation of legislation which would protect the human right to freedom and other human rights from the abuse of technologies, opening access to the human brain. In the article, they wrote that the mind is a kind of last refuge of personal freedom and self-determination. At present, no specific legal or technical safeguard. Okay, folks, once again, we have to go to commercial. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank you for listening.
Don't believe the church and state and everything they tell you. Believe in me, I'm with the high command. Can you hear me?
Corporate media dominates the American opinion. Finding independent voices that counter this avalanche is becoming increasingly difficult. With the endless corruption running rampant throughout our government, independent voices are needed more than ever to battle the offensive against our freedoms and liberties. As a listener of RBN, no one understands this concept better than you. Now it's up to you to do your part. The time has come for you to take action and begin broadcasting the truth to hundreds or thousands of people every month. Sound impossible? Quite the contrary. With pointed slogans from LibertyStickers.com, you can reach countless sleeping Americans unaware that they live in a real-life wonderland. LibertyStickers.com has a huge inventory of political bumper stickers and messages that reflect the truth about our government, our politicians, and the future of America. With so many in stock, there's one perfect for you. Visit us today at LibertyStickers.com. Again, that's LibertyStickers.com. Do your part. Your voice is important. Let it be heard.
Hey, honey, I'm home. I grabbed a newspaper on the way home. Look at all the news today.
Don't you know that all you're going to get in the newspaper is propaganda, twisted news, and false information?
Honey, this is a national newspaper. It has to be true.
Ha! For some reason, the majority of the population believe anything the mainstream media tells them. The newspaper doesn't give out the important attention of what's happening to this country and news that affects our daily lives. Say, does that newspaper mention anything about the North American Union?
No, not that I can see.
I didn't think so. You need to go to www.newswithviews.com, where truth is more important than political correctness. That's www.newswithviews.com. Hey, don't throw that away. We can use that in the birdcage.
Okay, move over. Let me start reading newswithviews.com.
The truth? Read all about it at newswithviews.com. Newswithviews.com, where reality shatters illusion.
Hey, is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we have been discussing the road to mind control on the Republic Broadcasting Network. Now, we don't have too much time left, but I can go over this particular part. Let me see. Toward new human rights in the age of neuroscience and neurotechnology is where we're going next. This is where they called for the creation of legislation which would protect the human right to freedom and other human rights from the abuse of technologies opening access to the human brain. And as I mentioned, the mind is a kind of last refuge of personal freedom and self-determination. And at present, no specific legal or technical safeguard protects brain data. from being subject to the same data mining and privacy intruding measures as other types of information. Among the world media, only the British newspaper, The Guardian, wrote about their proposal. This fact suggests that in the actual democratic world, there exists no political will to forbid remote control of human thoughts and feelings, no matter that such perspective breaks elementary principles of democracy. This takes your amendments and shreds them. It takes all of your human rights and shreds them. It'll take your child's hopes and dreams and make them public if they choose to. This has to stop, folks. It has to stop now. Gather your numbers and come to Washington with us in October 2020. Good night from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen.
Tired of being lied to by mass media? It's growing more and more apparent today that news is received less and less through standard media outlets. Even with a growing audience every day, RBN is beginning to direct more efforts into social media. Social media and the use of the internet is fast becoming the primary source of people for news, regardless of demographic. RBN has set out to provide some of the best news on the internet through republicbroadcasting.org, and also has begun to use the tools to our advantage by way of social media. Republic Broadcasting is now operating a Facebook page to function as yet another avenue to have our collective voice reach new audiences across not only America, but across the globe as well. The Facebook page features not only news, but also an RBN player to listen to our broadcast. Get involved by visiting facebook.com/Republic Broadcasting and liking our page and share it with your friends and family, because you can handle the truth.
This is RBN, the Republic Broadcasting Network.